DSPN, the Devlin Sports Podcast Network.
I got to say, Go Media Stadium Mount Smart on Saturday afternoon was as good as anything I've experienced in New Zealand sport. The atmosphere, amazing. Crowd were up for it. Great game of football. Beautiful day in Auckland. And it's a hell of a pleasure to welcome two of the key players from Auckland FC into the studio today. We've got our coach, Steve Corica, sitting here, and Terry McFlynn, who's the director of football. Thanks so much for coming in, lads.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Be here.
Congratulations to start with. 6 out of 6. Look, if you wrote this down on a whiteboard at the very start of the season, you said, what are our goals to win the first 6 games? People probably would have said, yeah, sure, give us the goals again. But you've done it. You've won those games. It's a dream start. Would you call it that?
Definitely a dream start for us. We've said before, and we spoke about this, we want to be up near the top from the word go. So, that was our aim. The way it has panned out has been amazing. Obviously, 6 wins, almost 6 clean sheets as well. Almost.
I knew there would be a little rock under the beach towel.
Yeah, it's the boys have been doing amazing defensively, obviously, and to concede like that towards the end of the game, it's pretty unlucky for us. But we'll move on and we've refocused now and move on to the next game. But as far as I'm concerned, obviously, 6 wins, you can't ask for more from the players. They've put in a great effort, working hard, working together as well. I think is a real key for me as well. And we're playing some good football along the way.
So if you had any concerns about the way that you're playing or what you would like to improve, I mean, it's hard to improve upon these results, but, you more than anyone know, to win a championship, you've got to be playing like this and winning games at the end of the season. So is there anything that you think, okay, I can tweak that, I'd like to see this different?
Yeah, no, there's still a lot that we can improve on. We're doing so well defensively, but there's still, just little individual stuff that we can work on. Even structure-wise, defensively, sometimes we get caught out. So there's, we go through every week, we do a review and we work on, the things that we can improve on. With the ball, I think we can be a lot better. We can keep the ball a lot longer periods and dominate more of the games. We've been scoring goals, but we want to score more. We want to, sometimes win 3-4-0 if we can, and we want to, just focus on them areas as well.
So being the director of football, define what that role exactly is, Terry.
That's a little bit of everything, to be honest. Obviously, when we started this with Nick Becker back in November 2023, and the primary role was to build a football department. So the first part of that was obviously bringing in a coach, and Steve and myself have worked together for 15 years. Starting a club from zero in terms of football department, it's important that the coach and director of football is aligned in how the team plays and the type of players we want to bring in. So that was very clear from the start. We just built out the football department in terms of the assistant coaches, goalkeeper coaches, head of performance, physios, medical team, doctors, and then we started recruiting the players.
Do you get nervous at all thinking at some stage there is going to be a foot trip coming? I mean, okay, we can win every single game, 27 games, of course, but that doesn't happen in football, does it? There are highs and lows. You ride that snake of a season. Yep. Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, of course. For us, it was also about building a process and building something that's going to be sustainable for the long term. I think that's been proven in how we've recruited the staff, succession planning, how we've recruited the players, the age. Across the group, the average age of the squad. So for us, we were always wanted to build a football club that was here for long-term, sustainable success. So we know there's going to be ups and downs. Everyone's on the journey. But for us, it's about not getting too carried away when things are going well. And likewise, when we do have a little speed bump on the road, we know we've got the right process, we've got the right people to get us back on track.
Should that have been a red card for Alex Rufer? I think in any other football league, I can't see how it's not a yellow card. I really like Alex. It's nothing against him. Yeah. But when you're hacking at a guy on the ground like that, I mean, referee, what are you doing? Yeah,
I agree with you. I even spoke to Alex after the game. I thought he should have been sent off as well. But, the VAR's there for a reason. They obviously checked it and... I've seen softer ones given before red cards.
They let a bit go in the A-League, though. We know that, don't they? They let a bit go.
I think especially derby games, I think they probably let more go than the normal games. But it definitely should have been a red card for me.
Just in terms of the derby, I mean, how important is it to get 2 over them? Because I want to ask you about Chiefy's comments about an easy draw. I mean, it's not an easy
Thought you
draw
might.
when you get to play. But when you get to play, and this is a real rivalry now. How important for you that 2 wins out of 2 against that mob down the road?
Oh, look, for us it was, I don't want to go down the track of being too vanilla or too cliche, but, we want to win every game. We approach every opponent in the same way. The coaches do a fantastic job in analysing the opposition and reviewing and where we can win the game. Obviously, as a new club coming in, Wellington's been the only professional club in New Zealand for a long time.
And they've done a brilliant job.
Fantastic job.
Yeah.
And like you said at the start of the show, Marty, to have 26,000 people at a stadium, and we went as a staff for dinner after the game, and we're sitting in a restaurant, and there was guys coming into the restaurant with
brilliant. With kit on?
Like one guy had a Guillermo May number 10 shirt on, and we sort of sat back and said, well, you've got a guy from Auckland walking into a restaurant in Auckland with an Auckland FC shirt on with a Uruguayan player's name on his back.
Yeah, that's good. That's
which
brilliant, isn't it?
10 months ago didn't exist.
No.
So it's a unbelievable testament to Nick Becker and the team off the pitch that have created this. For us as a football department, we just have to make sure that we've got the right process in place to keep winning.
Can I give a big shout out and a round of applause too? It's to the people that come and pays their ticket prices,
Yes.
that actually turn up, bring the kids, that are down the slides, buying the hot dogs, buying the chips, buying those tickets, sitting in the stands, and that. It's something that, when you're coaching, obviously you got your focus on that. But do you give yourself a time to breathe at any stage and look around you and go, man, this is New Zealand. We're just a fledgling club. We've started. Look at this thing here.
Actually, I did before the game. In the derby the other day, actually. Normally I sort of just focus and start thinking about the game, but I did have a good look around the stadium, and it was really a really spectacular view. I thought it was amazing. They've really got behind us, and we really appreciate everything that they've done for us. They are the 12th man as well, the Port. We've said that, and we've scored a lot of goals up that end, and they really bring us home.
So when Chiefy said you had an easy draw, was that just him poking one and you poking one back?
Well, it was more about a few of the other comments that he made, not so much the easy draw. I think, at some stage, we're going to play away from home, which we will in January. We've had four home games out of 6. You still have to win them. It's not that easy.
And I'm not sure that you did the draw, or was it handed to you? I think.
Exactly right. So I definitely had no part in the draw, but. I sometimes think playing home as well, there's more pressure on you. So you really want to win your home games as much as possible, especially for us. We've got a lot of travel, and I think Chiefy knows that as well. So at some stage we'll go over to Australia, and we have already once, and we've got a win over there, and we've got to do it again this time. We're in Melbourne against Melbourne City this weekend.
Tough game, yeah. The reaction that you've had from your Australian mates, those that involved in clubs over there, and that, what has it been? Because there's going to be a love affair for a little while. But as you keep winning and being more successful, well, all of a sudden it's like, hang on a second, we invited you for Christmas. We didn't expect you to take the toys back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, it's been fantastic. I had some friends came across from Melbourne on the weekend, and Stevie said he had a look around the stadium before the game, and these are ex-players that played in England. They live in Melbourne now, as I said, but they actually sat and looked around the stadium. They said, "This is unbelievable. Like, you've got 26,000 people in the stadium." Like, a supporter group that are unbelievable in the Port that didn't exist 10 months ago. They've got chants, they've got songs, they're together, they're united behind the team, and then you've got a kids' playground behind one goal.
Yes,
so it's great. It's got something for everyone.
Yeah, it has,
and we've always said that, Marty, to be honest, from day one, that we wanted to be a football club for the community, from the community, and I think we've demonstrated that in the recruitment of 18 Kiwi boys. So there's a real belief in the club. There's a real community feel that the players are playing for the community. And for me, one of the greatest things is at the end of the game, when the players who are not in the squad, who do the fitness runs at the end of the game. Yeah, the dirty dirties. Yep. Yeah, they do the fitness runs at the end of the game. They're there, they're cheering the boys on, they're pushing them home, but they're signing autographs for kids. And these are young boys that, 6-7 months ago they're playing in the NRF. So it's to see the joy in these kids' faces in our young boys, and they know them by name, they know who they are. Like, they're actually creating heroes from the community, and that's the next generation of Auckland FC players.
Look, it's really easy from this side of the microphone as well to start comparing and say, oh, look, rugby needs to do this or the Warriors do that or anything. Can't we also have it that all of the sports succeed in this country and they all get big crowds like this? Because what you've actually done, I just think, is actually said, hey, look, if you do it right, if you plan it right, and you create an atmosphere that people do want to come along to, winning always helps, obviously, but there's just something, and I think the word fun is what sprung to mind when I walked in there. There's just something that, it's almost like you're on holiday. You want to enjoy yourself at that game.
Yeah, and I think the next game on the 21st, when we get the beach in behind the goal, that'll be you really feel like you're on holiday then. But you're right. Look, we're a team for Auckland, same as the Warriors and the same as the Breakers, and same as
the Blues.
Same as the Blues, and we want the city to be successful, and if we can bring a little bit of joy to people's lives through football, then we're succeeding.
So the defenders get more laps around the track, do they, this week after that?
No, because we defend as a unit. Starts from the top and all the way the back.
It was a great goal by Costa, by the way. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was, just but it was more our fault that we let him in that position. But Costa's a great player. He was, the one we spoke about probably the most about Wellington. He's a real threat.
He ran his nuts off in that game, mate.
Yeah, he had a great season last year, and he started the same this season. And we worked with him before at Sydney as well. He's a good guy, and he's doing really well.
When you've won titles and all of that kind of stuff, the fire obviously still burns. Where does that come from? Do you think that the challenge of a brand new club, was that kind of lit something else in you this year?
I think I'm always like this, but when you stay at a club for 19 years, I think you do get a little bit of stale. I probably needed a change, and this was a perfect challenge for us. Starting a new team, different country as well, really for me. Something fresh, exciting. Obviously, speaking to the owner, Bill Foley, was a big factor in me coming here as well. Mm-hmm. So, obviously very pleased to have come here. There's still got challenges. My family's still in Australia, so, that's difficult at times, but they get over here as much as they can, and obviously we're going back to Australia hopefully every second week soon.
Yes.
Chiefy does it.
Chiefy obviously doesn't know that, but there's hurdles along the way, and there will be more, I'm sure, but it's been really pleasing at the moment.
Terry, the talk of moving this stadium or building another stadium at Western Springs, look, I've been in Auckland for the best part of a quarter of a century, and we've been talking about a new stadium all over the place ever since then. Your thoughts on it, and is it a good idea reducing the capacity for a start? If you're getting 26,000, you don't want to go less than that, do you?
Look, I think it's testament really to what Stevie said about the owner, Bill Foley, and Ali Williams, and Anna Mowbray, and Tim Bryan, and Winston Reid, and the whole ownership group, Noah Hickey, that they've got that ambition and they've got that desire to do that, to build a stadium, build a high-performance centre, and give the football department, the football club, everything we need for success. 26,000 on the weekend was unbelievable as a derby. Where we end up as an average across the season will be interesting.
Mm-hmm. I've been impressed with the other crowds. I think they were 15 and 13, which is
fantastic,
solid as hell, man. Really good.
Yeah. Fantastic. But I think if the one thing from our experience in the A-League is if you've got a boutique stadium where it's full every week, the atmosphere it creates and generates for the players.
Yeah, not only that, then you get that, I'm missing out on a ticket, then I want a ticket kind of thing.
100%. And I think to have everything in one location, the stadium, the training facility, high-performance centre, the administration staff, the football department, everyone together, it really creates that culture of togetherness right across the whole club.
How do we improve upon what's been done so far? I mean, just as a coach, your view on this is different from the commercial side of it and the engagement side of it and everything else. How do you improve now from where you are 6 out of 6?
It's like you said, it's only just started. It's about showing consistency throughout the whole season. I think we've surprised a lot of people so far, but at the end of the day, we want to finish on top. We want to be the obviously first club to win trophy in New Zealand. So the Premiership, there's the grand final. We set our sights high from the start. We spoke to the players about this, and I think by starting the way we have, there's now that belief that we can do it, and it's about remaining focused. We reset, every 2 or 3 weeks just to make sure we keep their feet on the ground. Just stay humble, keep doing what we're doing, and keep working hard.
Leave us with a message for those, as I say, the faithful who are coming along, who are watching on the telly, and those that can't actually get to the ground, but those that get to the ground as well. What's your message for everyone?
No, look, first and foremost, just as I said before, and it's been a constant message from the club that we want to be a team for the community, from the community. So the community engagement piece for us was so important. Like I said, Nick and the team have been out at clubs and schools and right throughout the whole community. Steve, myself, and Doug Coors, who's our head of recruitment, was at 3-4 games every weekend for the first 6 months before we brought the players in. I just want to say thank you to everyone who keeps turning up week in, week out, everyone who buys the jerseys, everyone who supports us on socials, everyone. And we want to create something that's an extension of people's lifestyle, so that when you're doing your family budget and you've got your bills and you set some money aside to go and watch Auckland FC, and
it's a fantastic day out, people. I'm telling you,
the experience that's there for the kids, for the teenagers, for the adults. There's something for everyone, and it's a journey we're all on together. And we've brought 5 players from Europe, from overseas, South America and Europe, and Asia. We've got the Kiwi boys. We've got 3 from Australia. So we're all in this together. We're all in a journey, and as Steve said, we want to be the first New Zealand team to win the A-League and create history.
Might upset if you're down in Wellington. I bet you never get tired of the chant from the side, mate. We are top of the league.
I love that one.
You love that one?
That's my favourite.
Gentlemen, all the very best. It's been a fantastic start, but let's put a full stop right there, because that's all it's been so far, right?
Correct. Yeah.
All the very best for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
DSPN.